breaking chicken, you can get about my business. This that real pimpin' east side, straight about the trenches. I'm that nigga you can't see, I specialize in breaking women. Gotta get it how I get it. You ain't with it, you can kick it. I'ma tell you what it is and what it ain't. I ain't finna take you on no date, little babe. You got two options, work a job or hit the blade. What you wanna do? Either way, I'm the one that's receiving all the pay. Money management services is what I orchestrate. Watch me boss your life up once you choose up with the play. I ain't interested in sex, I strictly want the severed heads. House cats the only thing that's sleeping inside my bed. Ain't got the time for relations, baby, I'm a businessman. Trying to see how much I can make off selling tuna cans. So we gon' get along good if you into tricking men. Just don't go against the grain if you wanna see us win, right? Himron, little baby, so you better come correct. I ain't nothing like these niggas, gotta earn all my respect. Watch your lip with open ears, I might just break you off some bread. This a different type of motion when you choose it with the man. If you ain't into selling kidding, I can let you run the business. It's 1,000 ways to pimp, we selling plates up out the kitchen. She my type, she like to listen, might just buy her braid extension. She don't test me, know the limits, so we never ever trip. I can put you in position, I'm a high value man. Pimpin' ain't dead, it just moved to OnlyFans. Only way I'll trust a bitch if she give me all the bands. That's how I know we locked in, yeah, we forever gon' win. Who you texting on that phone, it better be about some paper. I got trust issues, baby, so don't put me in no danger. I'ma kill you and them niggas if you ever try to play me. I need that money fast, so is you gon' be my hoe, baby, huh? 'Check. Check. I think we good. I don't know. Let me just do this. Make sure we go all the way straight, cause we good on the stream, but this shit might not. Oh, brother. Check.
In 2011, there was an academic by the name of Ralph Richard Banks. He was
Check. Should've done this before I went live, huh? Check.
In 2011, there was an academic by the name of Ralph Richard Banks. He was
check. All right, we good. Let's get through it.
In 2011, there was an academic by the name of Ralph Richard Banks. He was a professor at Stanford University School of Law, and he wrote a very important book called Is Marriage for White People? And in this particular book, he examined the many reasons why black women were so unlikely to marry, but he had a solution. Black women should not marry down. They should marry out. Ralph
What's up,
Richard
Post
Banks
Malone?
even spoke anecdotally from his own personal experience. He said that 2 of his 3 sisters were intelligent, beautiful, and educated, but yet unmarried. The reasons why they were unmarried? Well, because they were unwilling to date white men.
Is that right?
And of course, black women were making their comparisons.
Why is it when it comes to biracial couples that when I see a black woman with a white man, it's a bad bitch? Like, this girl is bad. There's not a black man that would pass on her. But when it's a white girl and a black guy, 80% of the time, that black dude be dusty as hell. Any black woman would pass on
Fuck no, no.
him for
Neither one of them is true.
real.
And of course, we've all heard this story. When white men decide to deal with black women, they always get the best looking ones.
That's so far from the fucking truth, bro. Jesus Christ. You think it's the opposite way around, bro? I don't know where I'm from. Oklahoma, bro. Like, it's a lot of white folks out here. You know what I'm saying? It's the so-called country and all type of shit. I don't see it. I don't see it. Any black woman I see, she's not the baddest. No. No.
On him for real.
And of course, we've all heard this story. When white men decide to deal with black women, they always get the best looking ones. And let me add a wider context to that. It doesn't even matter what the white dude has on. They're gonna always be fine. Yet when black men are dealing with white women, yeah, those white women are always busted. That's what they say.
The white women are busted or the black dudes dusty.
And then
Fuck.
Y'all, I'm dating my first white boy. And when I tell y'all, I literally love it here. Like, y'all, I love it here so bad.
My thing is, it's probably different expectations. You know what I'm saying?
Bitch, the sex.
You probably expect, oh, he laying it down, huh? he got that big white, you know what I'm saying? He laid it down, huh? Is that right?
Like, y'all, I love it here so bad. Bitch, literally, y'all.
Hold on, what was I
dating
saying?
my first white boy. And when I tell y'all, I literally love it here. Like, y'all, I love it here so bad. Bitch, the sex. I'm like, how the fuck do you know my body more than I know my own body, G? Like,
Bro, this is not a black or white thing. This video was goofy already, bro. I don't like it.
I'm like, how the fuck do you know my body more than I know my own body, G? Like,
this chick,
This is a manufactured narrative from O'Shea here. I don't like this.
how the fuck do you know my body more
We gonna hear it
than I know
though,
my
but
own body, G? Like,
this chick is just now dealing with white men, and she's just got her cheeks clapped, and now she's saying, you know,
no, it's because I think it. If you want to say anything, it's probably black women think that they control black men and can control them, this, that, and the third, versus a white man. It like I said, it's different expectations from these women that are dealing. They're expecting different things by dealing with white or black. Let's be real, bro.
now dealing with white
And so in return, they will behave a certain way.
men, and she's just got her cheeks clapped, and now she's saying, you know what, man, it was so great. Like, how did he know my body? Well, there's some new information on the scene.
Is that right?
At first, black women married to white men were less likely to divorce than white couples. That was about 14 years
Is
ago.
that right?
The study was old, the sample was small, and the results only applied to a group of marriages in
My thing though is like, whenever y'all be hearing statistics and shit, like, what group of people did they try this shit on? Did they do these studies on? Like, and how big of a study was it really though?
small and 14 years ago. The study was old, the sample was small, and the results only applied to a group of marriages in that specific
Area.
At that time, black women cut their divorce risk in half if they dated white men. The original data showed a 44% lower divorce risk for black wife and white husband couples by year 10. But fast forward, if we get to newer research, picture has flipped. Current numbers still show black women have higher divorce rates overall compared to white women, regardless of the part.
And who initiates the divorce, the breakup the most? It's women. Statistically proven.
Overall, compared to white women,
Come on, man.
regardless of the part.
Bro, let me show you. I just made this little video yesterday because I logged on Snapchat and I seen somebody else got married, bro. Like I said, I'm from Oklahoma, bro. I went to a predominantly white school. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, I ain't gonna say all of them unless you, like, on the north side of Tulsa, certain schools, shit. The school I went to was predominantly white. It was the white school in my town. These motherfuckers, these white folks is getting married, bro, at 22, 23, 24, 25, bro. I just made this video yesterday. Hold on.
Y'all niggas getting married like a motherfucker.
I ain't even posted.
But y'all know that I don't. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all niggas make it out there together, man.
And I hope y'all make it, man.
It's tough.
Bro, the white folks I went to school, they are getting married, bro. At 24, 23, 25 years old, bro. What the fuck y'all know that we don't? What the fuck is wrong with us black folks, bro? Not saying they just got it figured out and they gonna be good. That's really scary to me, though. You know what I'm saying? But I keep logging on Snapchat and it's another, and I don't even barely have nobody on that bitch. I done deleted a whole lot of people. The few people that is still on there, I'm seeing niggas is getting married left and right, bro. I'm like, what the hell? Make me feel like I'm losing. I'm a good nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm predominantly attracted to black women, and it's like that's what's predominantly attracted to me. Or yeah, I said that right. What the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is going on, man?
Flipped. Current numbers still show black women have higher divorce.
And these niggas ain't made it. They ain't rich. They ain't able to just pay all the bills and every single thing, this, that, and the third. They working together, bro. I don't know what's going on. We know the government fucked us up, man. Straight up.
Has flipped. Current numbers still show black women have higher divorce rates overall compared to white women, regardless.
So black women use consistently some of the high divorce rates with data from around 2021 22 in Connecticut, rates of 32% for ever married black women. So he said it was like what, 40% less. So he didn't give us that number that was 40% less of. The 40% less is than the white women. We don't know what percentage of divorces it actually was. So it went up apparently to 32, 35%.
Picture has flipped. Current numbers still show black women have higher divorce rates overall compared to white women, regardless of the partner's race. So I was just looking for content on the internet, and this led me back to TikTok to look.
Bro, the black woman on the internet, bro. I don't know. I don't see a whole lot of like white media. The Instagram is toxic as shit, bro. It's fucking toxic. And you know, you can shape your algorithm however you want it.
But once you start viewing certain stuff, you like funny stuff or whatever, you like that little ratchet shit sometimes. Nigga, that's what your timeline is gonna be, bro. You ain't never gonna see nothing positive, none of that, bro. What am I saying? Oh, bro.
So I was just looking for content on the internet, and
What I'm saying is, bro, this social media and shit, though, like, everyone's algorithms is filled with this toxic shit. That's what I'm saying, bro. And so these women, I don't know what these white women's algorithms is looking like, but these black women for sure is getting influence. It ain't even just black women. It's influencing all women. Oh, you know what I'm saying? To move certain ways as a woman in relationships when it comes to dealing with men, it's fucking toxic, bro. And they take that shit and run with it, bro. They repost the little quotes on their stories. If a man ain't a provider, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Literally happened to me, bro, in a relationship, and the bitch broke up with me. She said I wasn't a provider.
regardless of the partner's race. So I was just looking for content on the internet, and this led me back to TikTok to look for content on the internet from black women who were dating white men, and I came across this.
Black women, just because you're dating a white man, that does not mean anything. A man is a man, okay? No matter where you go, no matter the race, no matter the color, no matter the whatever, okay? So don't think, oh, I'm gonna go date white men. No.
I mean, that's true, but it's not at the same time, because everybody's different, and white people grew up different than black people. There's a difference, but you know, you could say men are kind of the same on a global scale as far as like what we want, this, that, and the third, like basic shit, you know.
So don't think, oh, I'm gonna go date white men.
Respect and all that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no matter the whatever, okay? So don't think, oh, I'm gonna go date white men.
And it's gonna be so much better.
A man is a fucking man.
That's a red flag. If a bitch gotta go date a white man, or oh, she don't like black dudes no more, or oh, she has to date a young nigga, that's a red flag, bro. You're the problem.
Men. No. A man is a fucking man. Any man will dog you out. Any man will mistreat you. Any man will play you. Any man will lie to you. Any man can be toxic, okay?
So you hear
She should have said can and all of those.
this particular black woman. She's saying something that I used to never hear before, which is a man is a man. It doesn't matter what race he is. It's just a man. Like, stop giving white men the benefit of the doubt. And then I kept seeing all of these failures between black women and white men. Obviously, there's been some violence that I've seen, some interracial deaths, and I won't talk about those. I've talked about those in the past. But then I want to discuss this part.
But black women and white men have the lowest divorce rates in America. Y'all not marrying Chad and Derek from Harvard. You marrying Anthony that got down with his entire life. I had to get that off my chest. Because these white marriages, interracial marriages that y'all are claiming are just the best, better than black men, they are not marrying the average black woman. They are marrying the black woman who you guys disown, who taught to proper.
Man, hey, he ain't lying about that.
Listen, in schools.
He's not predominantly white neighborhoods in schools, bro. I'm from Oklahoma, bro. Any black girl that I see that can only date white guys or likes white guys only, they don't like black dudes because they think they're ghetto, they think they're hood, this, that, and the third, bro. And they went to a white school, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they grew up around more white people than black people, bro. Straight up.
Who don't know what Juneteenth is.
He ain't lying.
You guys.
Nigga said who don't know what Juneteenth is. You can't be mad at nobody for not knowing what Juneteenth is. I mean, you know. That shit just came out in 2023, bro? Biden.
disown the average black woman. They are
Hell, I didn't even know what it was, nigga.
the best, better than black men. They are not marrying the average black woman. They are marrying the black woman who you guys disown, who taught too proper, who don't know what Juneteenth is, who grew up in predominantly white neighborhoods in schools, who don't get along in black culture, who had white and Hispanic friends, and end up marrying these white people. You marry Anthony O'Neill from the hood.
So when
He
we
ain't
look
lying.
at white men and white people in general, there is a good
Yeah, that's true. The white men that's getting with these, it's not the average that, oh, the man has to be the provider and just coming out with all these stipulations from the jump, bro. in moving, y'all know how these women be moving, bro. It's not the average. And not saying you have to be what we gonna call it, pandering to the white folks or whatever. You don't have to be that. You know what I'm saying? To be a good woman or whatever the fuck. No, you can be pro-black all the way black the fuck out. It's your mindset though, man. It's a different type of mindset that's coming with them women, bro. It's not the same type of mindset, bro. Clearly, if she's going to dating a white guy.
Anthony O'Neill from the hood.
So when we look at white men and white people in general, there is a good brand image for Caucasian. Caucasians are normally known to be smart, intelligent, and organized.
Yeah, because they was actually allowed to read and write back in the day. Yeah, that's the only reason why in America.
Are normally known to be smart, intelligent, and organized. And so what happens is
They just know what we don't. They're not necessarily smarter. They just gatekept the information.
smart, intelligent, and organized. And so what happens is a lot of blacks look at each other or even themselves, some of them could say that, as disorganized or the polar opposite. The one way that they can improve their quality of life is to marry somebody based on skin color or race. So if I'm disorganized or if I'm, down bad, marrying a white person will clean up my inefficiencies.
No.
The problem is
No, it's not.
water seeks its own level. If you're
Right.
a person who has
The
problems,
path of least resistance. That's what my grandpa used to always say. My grandpa, a plumber, I worked with him for about a year. He would say that about water and just all type of shit in general. The path of least resistance. People choose the path of least resistance. You know what I'm saying?
down bad, marrying a white person will clean up my inefficiencies.
No.
The problem is
No.
water seeks its own level. If you're a person who has problems, you think going to a different community is going to help you.
Right.
The answer is
That's why these women, that's why I said these women that think, oh, I just have to date a white man because black guys aren't working and this, that, and the third. It's not going to work. The white man is not going to work out for you neither because you don't really like him like that. and you're the problem. You know?
problems. You think going to a different community is going to help you. The answer is no. You're going to find somebody who is also like you. And this happens with black women all over the world. Literally, I did a video about a young lady who was hating on American men, and she
What
ended
this
up
bitch going?
to Thailand.
Yeah,
and
Thailand,
She
nigga.
got pregnant by a Chinese dude in Thailand after complaining about how weak American men were. When in reality, she just got what she was in the dating market because water seeks their own level. But this is not just a problem in America. It's happening in other places.
I have dated black men that have been amazing, like treated me so
Yo, that's a unique hairstyle.
great. But I tend to gallivant a lot, and so my relationships
That shit kind of cool. I fuck with it.
tend to not work out with black men because they like
She got a fat ass forehead. Though. Ain't gonna
lots
lie.
of-
I'm sorry, baby. Don't hate me. You know what I'm saying?
for my relation.
Hold on. What is it? Let's hear what she
I have dated black men that have been amazing, like treated me so great. But I
But-
tend to gallivant a lot, and so my relationships tend to not work out with black men because they like want to capture me, and I'm like, no, I'm for like the world and whatnot.
Now,
What?
this is a black lady, South African lady, who is even admitting right now that she's had really great relationships with black men. But when she has the opportunity to date black men, she is trying to run away from the relationship. Check this out.
I've also dated white men where I wanted to be captured by this particular white guy, and I was just like, I could see myself, being captured by you. And he was like, I don't want kids. I don't want to get married. And we dated for 3 years.
But when she was trying to get
Huh?
It's like, I could see myself, being captured by you. And he was like, I don't want kids. I don't want to get married. And we dated for 3 years.
And you did for 3 years. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't want kids. I don't want to get married. And we dated for 3 years.
Oh, but she said dated for 3 years. Okay. That's your fault. Oh my god, bro. You went out like a hoe. You went out like a groupie. And this is proof right here, bro, that women make it easy for the men that they want, bro. And it's always the nigga that doesn't want them back, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, when you a man, you like what you like, but you can't get it, though. You know what I'm saying? Shit weird. But the bitches that you don't like is hitting you up, and they sliding on you, and
White guy, and I was just like, I could see myself, being captured by you. And he was like, I don't want kids. I don't want to get married.
and she
And we
can
did.
and she continued to date this guy for 3 years.
For 3 years.
But when she was trying to get with the white man in South Africa, she was trying to be in a relationship with him, but he didn't want to be in a relationship with her.
That's how people be staying single. I mean, you gotta like what you like. You gotta be attracted who you attracted to, bro. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, man, you gotta realize when you got somebody good, and it's no point in burning that bridge at all. You know what I'm saying? It may not be all the way perfect to the T, but it's still healthy. It's still good. That's a good person. You know, sometimes, man, you just gotta realize that, man. Okay, I need to hold it down, especially if y'all have already been together for a little while. You know, like, okay, I'm not gonna let this go. Whatever they do, I don't like that, but you know, we gonna have to work around it or whatever. You know.
This is probably what happens with black women and white men. You've already found a black partner that you can be with. Your self-hatred is not allowing you to see the good in that partner, but you're picking the partner because they're white, and that partner is not good long term. So you go ahead and you marry that partner or have a baby with that partner, and then you find out that that partner is no good. And then you come to this realization.
If anything, I feel like you are most likely to meet a white guy, in South Africa at least, a white guy who doesn't want kids and marriage, than to meet a black guy who doesn't want kids or marriage.
She says here
Is that right?
in South Africa, you're
But you want kids and a family.
more likely to find a white guy who doesn't want kids or marriage, but a black guy wants these things. So yes, you are literally passing up a black partner instead of a white partner who doesn't want to give you those things. And now what happens is black women,
Right. When them black relationships you was in, they treated you so good. What the fuck, dude? Bro. You can. Oh my god, bro. you could give a bitch the world, bro. None of that fucking matters if she don't want it, bro. Straight up, dog. That's why, bro. You don't just you can't come out and just be like that, bro. You know, you gotta be a little hard to get, bro. You know, cause they like that shit. You know, you could do everything right, bro. Hell, I done everything right. It was done dirty as fuck, bro. For no reason. And just how she said she dated that person for 3 years and she didn't want that, I done the same thing. It wasn't no 3 years though, but I stayed around. Oh, shorty didn't want kids. She didn't want a family. You know what I'm saying? But I fucks with you though. Even for me, you wouldn't even do it. So what am I sitting here I'm wasting my time, bro? I had to learn all that shit though, bro. I had to learn it.
Kids or marriage, but a black guy
Had
wants
to go through it to learn it.
these things. So yes, you are literally passing up a black partner instead of a white partner who doesn't want to give you those things. And now what happens is black women are choosing these white men. Many times white men, they are earning more than white men that they're doing better than, instead of dealing with the black men who wanted to go ahead and treat them better.
What?
Now, again, we can always talk about situations why these
This nigga just said the black woman is going to the white man because they make more money, and posted this little AI. These niggas with these AI, y'all good with this shit. That nigga good with these thumbnails, bro. I want to know how he do it. This nigga came with the AI of a dusty white guy and the black girl. Are you serious?
men. Many times white men, they are earning more than white men that they're doing better than, instead of dealing with the black men who wanted to go ahead and treat them better. Now, again, we can always talk about situations why these relationships don't work out. We could talk about, family issues, some white parents not wanting their son to have a black wife. We could talk about black women and socioeconomic burden. But here is something that I have noticed in today's world. White men are being white men more than ever, which means that you don't get those Alex Ohanian relationships as much anymore, meaning that you're completely apologetic to the black community for all of the wrong that white people have done. Now what you're seeing is those white men may have a black wife, but they still could feel very negatively about the black community. And that is something that a lot of black people can ignore, even black men dealing with white women or vice versa. So yes, you're the black wife and he ends.
Yeah, that's something that's gonna be prevalent in every biracial relationship for the most part, bro. Someone's gonna have a thought about the other or something like that, May not be a huge problem, but nigga just fell. How the fuck I'm sitting down and I fell, nigga? What the fuck? Cause I'm sitting on the edge of this bitch.
Ends up liking you, but he still doesn't want to hear about a lot of the liberal stuff going on in black America, doesn't want to excuse it, not apologetic for it. Okay. And then also what we can look at is the relationship factors are dynamics. If you're a black woman and you don't think about cooking, cleaning, being there for the man, being submissive, well, just because you have a white guy, it doesn't mean that you're going to also want to start doing that. If you come from a single parent home.
Facts. That's what I was saying earlier.
That's not necessarily valued. Going to a white guy is not going to change anything. You're not going to do the same thing for him. And a lot of black men used to think, well, if she goes and, be with a white guy, she's going to give this white guy everything she wouldn't give a black man. The answer to that is,
that's not true.
No, she's still going to give that guy the same thing. Don't get me wrong. She'll be glad to be with him because he's white.
Especially if she's not organically attracted to the white guys. If she's just the type of girl, I'm done with black guys. I need to go date a white guy. Let me test it out. And nothing about them is going to be a better person, bro. They're going to go to that white guy with the same shit they been on, bro.
Right. But all of the problems that black men complain about, trust me, those problems are going to exist even with her. And that's something that we got to understand. Black women are not going to change who they are just to be with somebody white. I mean, it's just the same thing. If you get with a white woman, are you going to change who you are to be with her? I mean, at first you might be on your good behavior, but if you're a cheater, you're still going to cheat. And those values that you have are still going to be there, regardless of what the color is. And so black women are not just submitting to white men because they're white. That's not what's happening here. The same issues that black men may be having with black women are the same issues that white men may have with black women. And black men are better equipped to understand black women and deal with some of those challenges, whereas white men are not incentivized as much to deal with those challenges. And so black women have found themselves having a harder time staying married to anybody. And it's just the reality of where a lot of black women are right now.
Bro, that's a scary rate, bro. 32 to 35%, bro.
Now, just, the whole idea of everything must serve me. If it doesn't serve me, I must leave it. And that sounds
If
good.
it doesn't serve you, you must leave it. Bro, relationships these days are not built off of what can we do together. That's what a whole relationship is, bro, is to do this shit together, bro. To make each other's life easier. Not just make the woman's life easier and that bitch stress you out. Like, that shit is insane. If you want to be a stay-at-home mom, you have to be a fucking mother. That's when you get your bills paid. I will never in life just take care of a shorty, bro, unless like something, we got to a situation, bro, like we've been talking for a while and like you got in a fucked up situation, or you happen to move in or something. Even then it's like, bro, you gotta be doing something. If you're not working for somebody, you working for me. We're building this shit together, bro. Like I said earlier, my grandpa's a plumber, bro. My grandma, she works as well. She works in the business as well. She doesn't plumb. She does the bookkeeping. She does the office work. Granddad the one out in the field. And in return, he take care of everything. But they work together, bro. And they play their roles. Granny get up, she cook breakfast, she cook lunch, she go get lunch and bring it to the job site or to the shop, and then dinner is cooked is ready for you when you get home. Raise the kids.
The reality of where a lot of black women are right now, just, the whole idea of everything must serve me. If it doesn't serve me, I must leave it. And that sounds good when you're trying to be about yourself, but it's a terrible way to think about being in a relationship with an adult. Okay. You cannot say, if things are not serving me, I'm out. Nobody wants to be in a marriage or relationship with a person like that, especially when you want that person to stay and deal with your problems. You want that man to stay there and put himself last, but you're putting yourself first.
Put himself last. Bro, this shit, these women make no sense sometimes, bro. And this is not all women, we're generalizing. It makes no sense, bro. Y'all hoes they don't think long term. Okay, you want a man to take care of everything, provide for everything, take on all your problems. And if it doesn't serve you, you end up leaving them after however long y'all been together. Y'all hoes do not gain nothing financially. Y'all want a successful man who does all those things, right? You get with that man and you just want to use him. You want him to serve you. And you're not helping that man accumulate more assets. You're not acquiring assets yourself. So if you ever do want to divorce the nigga at some point and take his shit and scam him, you know what I'm saying? You at least acquired something first. These hoes are not even doing that, bro. They're just straight stupid. You're not gaining anything at the end of the relationship. You didn't get smarter. You're not going to work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're fucked up financially. Why would y'all hoes want to get into a situation? I'm talking about y'all just met. This man has to do all these things for you. you get into a situation where you're 100% reliant on him because you moved in with him. You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to be in that situation? And then, he tells you no one time and the relationship is over with. And you're left looking stupid. All you did was take from that man and you gained nothing. You took from that man and gained nothing. That's diabolical, bro. That's why, bro, the next relationship I get in, my pockets need to be going up even faster. I need to be making more money. You know what I'm saying? I need to be more productive. You know? Because that's what the fuck a relationship is. If we gonna build something, we gonna build it. Ain't no way my pocket should be going down. I'm losing money. My shit negative. Because I have to pay for every date. The fuck? Bitches didn't acquire no assets. Shit is insane, bro.
Your problems. You want that man to stay there and put himself last, but you're putting yourself first and leaving whenever something doesn't serve you. And so this is why black women are having a fundamental challenge.
I was literally in a relationship with an older woman, bro. 30-something years old, bro. It left me because I'm not a provider. Yeah, yeah, good luck, Charlie. Good luck, Charlie.
Serve you. And so this is why black women are having a fundamental challenge staying with anybody, any race. I'm going to just tell you, in my honest opinion, this is going to get worse. It's not going to get better.
Bitch didn't even want to acquire not one asset with a nigga, then leave a nigga. I ain't even just talk about me. I'm just talking in general. Y'all don't even want to acquire no assets. Y'all don't want to acquire no knowledge from the nigga. There's a lot you can get from me, baby. You don't want it, though.
I'm going to just tell you, in my honest opinion, this is going to get worse. It's not going to get better. You have to learn, train yourself to give more value to people that you want to be with. Overcoming challenges. Our community really doesn't teach that as we've done before. And if a lot of black women haven't seen this, it's going to be hard for them to adapt in real time.
My thing is, though, these women, they'll get with a nigga, bro, who got his shit going on, bro. They don't see what the fuck they can really do, though. They don't see the vision. They don't see the shit, bro. That's why they don't acquire no assets with niggas, man. They don't see it, bro.
And a white person is not gonna say that. A Hispanic person is not gonna say that. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea D.
Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. It's been 40 fucking minutes talking about fucking bitches and shit. For my good women out there, man, we ain't talking about y'all, man. We just you know what I'm saying? But where you at, though? You under a rock or you with another nigga or some shit? You ain't with me, though, baby. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I ain't a good nigga. I refuse to believe that shit. Cause what the fuck I've been through, nigga? Too good. Too good. Too good. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. We on the road to 100K. Okay, if you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap that dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should did when you clicked on this video. I'll get at you on the next one, and I'm gone. TY Pitta 9. Jesus, boy. Alright, let's get to the next one.
So we are living in a So we we are living in a very anti-intellectual time period. And with me, I want to stay as intellectual as possible. When I'm talking about a topic, I want to have, sources to back it up, news article, things of that nature. This is why it was so hard for me to get behind the whole black people were from America thing. Now, I did a video a few months ago talking about, the pretendians, and I feel like I went too hard on them. What you'll realize is that, man, as black people, especially black Americans, in school, they really only teach us about slavery. They never really teach us about, civilizations that were thriving back in Africa, such as Nubia, the Moors.
Never taught me about Black Wall Street. I'm from Oklahoma.
Kush Kingdom, like there was greatness. And this is my whole problem with the theory that, black people were the real Native Americans. We were the real this, we were the real that. It diminishes the factual evidence of greatness that we actually were. And history is very subjective. Like we really don't know if it's actually true. History is in the word. His story. It's mainly only told through the eyes of the victors. And if we look back through the past couple hundreds of years, the victors have not looked like us. So, you have to take it with a grain of salt.
When this nigga right here popped up in the social studies book,
yo, I remember that.
Yeah, man, I was like, these
yo,
he used to draw all over.
Yeah, that's some wild shit. I ain't gonna lie. They had this in my school, nigga.
His ass.
This is not AI generated. This is real life in books, my nigga.
they just playing in our face. Even as a kid, man, I knew someone right about this nigga, man. These folk done put
Egyptians don't look like that.
Nah, that's Mark Wahlberg.
Man.
Blue eyes.
Like, bro, them folk playing in our face, bro. This shit ain't make no damn sense, bro. Like, I used to always look at this picture like, bro, come on, man. Who the fuck is this nigga, man?
Although this is funny, man,
that shit don't even fit
really
him.
What happens throughout history? Now, there's a whole argument where people are saying, Egypt is not really considered Africa. It was north of Africa. This argument is so stupid because, bro, it's Africa. And even if you want to play that game, Nubians at one point in time ruled over Egypt. Nubians, they are sub-Saharan African. You know what I'm saying? They are very dark-skinned people. They look like me and you. And, I really hate how Egypt is over, glorified. You had the Kingdom of Kush, Mali, the Moors. These civilizations were, black people that they really can't even debate it about. So that's why I feel like they don't even bring them up.
If I ask you to picture a desert covered in more than 200 pyramids, I'm willing to bet your mind goes straight to Egypt. But what if I told you that the largest collection of pyramids on Earth is actually in the neighboring country of Sudan, or as it was known at the time, Nubia? So I just want to warn you that this is going to be like a 5 or 6 part video.
That's why I say I want y'all to go do your own research. Like when y'all done with this video, look into all of these great civilizations that were in Africa that they don't talk about.
There's 9 distinct periods, and each one of those periods is broken into Upper, Lower Nubia, and then the Egyptian influence, and each one of those is again broken into groups A, B, and C, which denominate which people were moving west. So this is a lot. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to break this down into 5 main periods, but I am going to have to skip some information here, or this will be a lifetime's work. So today we're going to talk about the origins of the civilization and what's called the pre-Kerma period, and this dates from about 8,500 BCE to about 3,000 BCE. And then over the course of the next 5 or so videos, I'll address each different period separately. For those who don't know where Sudan is, or Nubia as it was known then, it's right below.
Like, let's be real. How the hell y'all niggas tell? I'm talking about the average person, bro. You don't know how long ago no damn BC was, nigga. Put it in years, nigga. Or okay, so I think all that BC shit is like before like 1 year, 2 year. Now we're on year 2025. That's what all that is, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck said, okay, this is year 1? 2025 years later, and we're in 2025. Nigga. That shit ain't even real. Time ain't even real.
BCE to about 3000 BCE. And then over the course of the next 5 or so videos, I'll address each different period separately. For those who don't know where Sudan is, or Nubia as it was known then, it's right below Egypt. So this is Egypt, this is Lower and Upper Nubia. So evidence tells us that by 8,500 BCE, Nubia was mostly occupied by nomadic cattle herders that formed the complex caste.
Did he say 8,500, my nigga? What? Nigga, what point in time really is that, nigga? We don't know.
Nubia was mostly occupied by nomadic cattle herders that formed the complex Khartoum culture, producing some of the most sophisticated, stylized, and some of the oldest pottery on Earth. Take a look at this stuff. It's very distinct. It's very stylized. There's even combs and stuff up here. And like, honestly, this is an entire video on its own talking about Khartoum pottery. If you do want to learn more, pause the video and check out this paper. It's pretty comprehensive, it's recent, and it's a brilliant paper. Anyway, by 5000 BCE, these people participated in what's known as the Neolithic Revolution, which is a widespread transition of human societies across the world from hunting and gathering to farming, domestication of plants and animals, and permanent settlement that we see in the archaeological record all around the same time. At this time, they also constructed what is potentially one of the oldest astronomical devices on Earth in the form of this reconstructed calendar stone circle at Nabta Playa. Because this is so long ago, we don't know too much about this culture except for the cartoon pottery, of course, but biological anthropologists have studied the remains of these people and have concluded that the crania of pre-dynastic Egyptians are most closely aligned with those of ancient Nubians and Saharans than anywhere else. So that gives you an idea of how closely related these people are to the Egyptians and vice versa.
Now, this is just one civilization. You know, this is Nubia. Africa is huge. Even the way that they put Africa on the map in school, or even the map in general, is very misleading. Africa is way bigger than what they show it out to be.
One of the most horrific crimes of the 20th century is what King Leopold of Belgium did to the people of the Congo. Between 1885 and 1908, King Leopold's forces would unalive an estimated 10 million Congolese, which is just under the number of people who were unalived in the Holocaust, and actually 60% greater than the number of Jewish people who were unalived.
Right.
God
I
damn.
recently made a community post about this devil right
Bro,
here,
they
man.
killed, what he said, less than the Holocaust or more? God damn. They killed that many people, bro? Not even 100 years ago? Oh my God. Bro, humans are fucking... we're a lot better these days. But goddamn, we are some... Well, you look at the white folks. They the ones done all this shit. So let's not just say all humans now, you know what I'm saying? Because you look back on it, the mass destruction that's been on white folks, you know what I'm saying? Them savage animals and shit, you know what I'm saying? Yo.
Jewish people who were unalived.
Right. I recently made a community post about this
Humans
devil
are
right
evil.
here, man. King Leopold II. Like, probably the most evil man in history. It's crazy how I never heard about this man in school. You know what I'm saying? 10 million of people that look like me he killed. And the way that he went about killing these people, if they didn't meet quotas, he would chop their hands off. Little children, you know. But they love to force feed this Holocaust, you know, this shit that happened in Germany down our throats. Oh, the mustache man, he the most evil man in history. Why is that? We know why. It's the victim. You know what I'm saying? That's why I never, you know what I'm saying, bro? I can't feel bad for what happened to Charlie Kirk. When it's a white person, they want you to feel it out of
And that was white on white crime. Literally. Oh, Jews are not white. Germans are not white. Russians are not white. Yeah, alright.
Evil man in history. Why is that? We know why. It's the victim. You know what I'm saying? That's why I never, you know what I'm saying, bro? I can't feel bad for what happened to Charlie Kirk. When it's a white person, they want you to feel a lot of sympathy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he had a family, he had a wife and the kids. Okay. You know, evil people can have wives. Good people have wives. When they killed Malcolm X and MLK, he had a wife, he had a family. Y'all didn't care about that. Why should I care about this man? It's because of the narrative.
Nah, I ain't gonna get on here in life. I ain't even gonna say that off camera. I ain't gonna say fuck Charlie Kirk. I ain't gonna call him an evil person. I ain't gonna say that. I mean, behind closed doors, probably so. That nigga's dad, the architect for Trump Towers and shit. So, ain't no fucking telling. You know that nigga was born into that life. But I'm not that type of person. I don't play with that type of energy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't play with that type of energy, bro. I just don't.
X and MLK, he had a wife, he had a family. Y'all didn't care about that. Why should I care about this man? It's because of the narrative. They want you to feel bad. And I just can't, because it's people throughout history.
Not saying I care about the nigga, or I just feel oh so bad, but
that was doing shit like this and we just forgot about it. I recently learned about this shit, bro.
Belgian colonizers also committed horrific crimes, like cutting off the hands of those who didn't harvest rubber fast enough. Yet almost all Americans and Europeans know about the Holocaust, but don't know about what happened in the Congo. So why is that? Well, for one, and this is the most simple answer, racism. What? The colonial powers used to...
You know what I'm saying, bro? I get a lot of people calling me racist. I am not racist. Shout out to dudes like this. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of you white people that speak out about it. That's all we want. That's all I be saying. Like, racism, it thrives when you don't acknowledge it. You don't talk.
The more white people that actually have logic, bro, You know what I'm saying? And could see the shit for what it is and call it out, bro. That's very beneficial to the world. To the world.
We want. That's all I be saying. Like, racism, it thrives when you don't acknowledge it. You don't talk about it. So I love seeing, you know what I'm saying, white men talking about it, like other ethnicity talking about it, because y'all like, you know, y'all helping out. You know what I'm saying? I am not racist at all. I gotta always bring that up. So bro, I had somebody call me a black supremacist. That's crazy. That's really a compliment though. I ain't gonna. No, I'm just playing.
Nah, you can't be a black supremacist because black people are not doing anything to white people to gain from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
That's really a compliment though. I ain't gonna. No, I'm just playing. I'm not a black supremacist. I love everybody. Shout out to this brother right here.
A supremacist is like that Eric Orwell nigga in Arkansas trying to create their own fucking land and shit. That's a white supremacist.
I'm just playing. I'm not a black supremacist. I love everybody. Shout out to this brother right here.
Racism to justify their colonialism? No.
If you're not actually doing nothing to nobody, nigga, you just racist. You ain't no supremacist, nigga.
Compliment though. I ain't gonna. No, I'm just playing. I'm not a black supremacist. I love everybody. Shout out to this brother right here.
Racism to justify their colonialism? No way. At the time, you were allowed to colonize other countries and unalive their people en masse so long as you were doing it in Africa or Latin America. Once that same murderous colonial attitude was turned towards Europeans, go figure, they didn't like it that much.
Nah.
But the other reason why we all know about the Holocaust but not King Leopold is a little more shocking. It's actually because of Zionism, the ideology underpinning the State of Israel. I almost didn't believe this when I first read it, but in the early 1950s, most Americans did not even know that the Holocaust happened. It hadn't yet been widely reported on or thoroughly investigated, and it certainly wasn't being taught in schools like it is today. Zionist organizations began spending millions and millions of dollars pushing Holocaust education in the West, which would be fine, except they only did this to justify the existence of the apartheid state of Israel and the ethnic cleansing of the Palestinians. You've all heard this argument before. The Jews faced repression in the Holocaust and other historical events, so therefore they need their own ethno-state where they can be safe. Even if that means ethnically cleansing the Palestinian people who were there first and doing the same thing to them that the Germans did to Jewish people. So by the 1960s and 70s, almost every American knew about the systematic atrocities that were inflicted upon Jewish people during the Holocaust. But still today, in 2024, almost none of them know about the systematic atrocities that were inflicted upon Africa by European colonial powers. But that's why I'm here, because now you do know.
So recently, man,
I want to know about the Asians, you know, because the Asians have a big population. I wonder, like, what they was doing back in them times, and we don't hear much about them. We always hear about white versus black.
European colonial powers, but that's why I'm here, because now,
or even the Indians. I mean, the Indians are not that big of a. You got to think, like, what's the biggest races in the world? Like, it's white and Asian.
You do know.
That's just off the top. I don't know if that's actually statistically 100% accurate, but that's just what I would say, assume. You know what I'm saying?
Africa by European colonial powers. But that's why I'm here, because now you do know.
So recently, man, me and wifey, we was watching, you know, the Avatar movies. And it's been a minute since I've watched these films, so, you know, I like getting a second perspective. And, you know, my girl, she pointed out, she was like, bro, them black people. And I was like, at first I discredited her. I was like, nah, them the Native Americans, you know, that's how they did them. And then as we just continue to watch these films, bro, like, the features on these avatars look just like black people, bro.
The Avatar franchise is 100% based off of South Sudanese people. Literally phenotypically taken from us. Tall, lanky, dark, ethereal, otherworldly. We're not called blue-black for no reason. Names like this new character, Barang. Meanwhile, our homies on the
I haven't seen fucking Avatar since a child, bro, or whatever the hell this shit
block are
came
called Garang.
They made a new one too, didn't they? I ain't watching.
Names like this new character, Barang. Meanwhile, our homies on the block are called Garang. Gatluak. You've got the Acholi, like Suli. It's not just the Aduts and the Anoks, because when you hear the language of the Na'avi, at least as a South Sudanese person, you're like, Aiwa, manangajwak, which sounds mad familiar, right? Yeah. And we've been covering ourselves in ash for centuries. It's a tradition shaped by our climate and cattle herding cultural practices. All of our style, clothing, and drip down to the jewelry brought. This man is who they archetyped
Literally.
for sure. Because wouldn't it be weird to see a movie with a bunch of blonde-haired, blue-eyed, tall people with axes and hammers living on boats?
Hey, that's another thing I want to bring up, y'all. Have y'all noticed that
There would be pirates.
a lot of white people nowadays, and I'm not trying to talk down on y'all, but I see a lot of white people trying to live off the land. They're trying to eat clean. They're trying to basically do everything how we used to do things in Africa, you know, using herbs, living off the land. At one point in time, they call us uncivilized for doing this, but now they want to go and do the things that they were clowning us for doing. I just
it's a certain group of white people. You got the you got the bougie, you got the trailer trash, you got the RV parks, you got the mobile homes. Those are not the same type of white folks as a Donald Trump, a Charlie Kirk. Those is completely different. The trailer park people, them type of RV people and stuff, they're racist, yeah, but like they don't really have an actual reason to. What am I saying? In 2025, bro, as a white person, it makes absolutely no sense to be racist.
Civilized for doing this, but now they want to go and do the things that they were clowning us for doing. I just find it so ironic, bruh. Literally, man, like it's a slap in the face, bruh.
Way of life and not give a nod to like Viking culture. And you might think like, why does any of this matter? It's all made up anyway. Well, Cap, no, it's not.
It ain't
You're
made up.
actually telling the story of real people, like Pocahontas. It's fiction rooted in real people, which in this case erases those people from any
Right.
credit of their own
Right.
culture, only to be remembered through a myth, which is problematic because fiction becomes fact when it's the only version that people ever see. Ask any indigenous person how real Pocahontas turned out. And as a filmmaker myself, my commitment to the craft is about the truth, because good filmmakers want to tell the most authentic version of a story, even if it's fictional. Exploitative filmmaking doesn't aim to tell the most honest story. They go for the cheapest version that appeals to the widest market. And that market is usually shaped towards the most basic, flattened understanding of a people or culture. So should filmmakers be allowed to make whatever they want?
Yeah.
Could Zoe Saldana play Nina Simone? Sure. Would it be the most honest rendition of that story? Probably not. And why does this matter in context to Avatar? Because it takes the cultural and underdog humanness of a place like South Sudan, the youngest country in the world, which quite literally defied every odd to gain its sovereignty, and attributes all that world building.
Why we need to be asking ourselves why can't we have new countries and new towns? Nothing is being. Why is development stopping like that?
We defied every odd to gain its sovereignty and attributes all that world building to Hollywood. And I promise you that Hollywood is not building the.
Man, one thing I gotta realize, bro, YouTube, music, movies, these industries are ran by them people, bro. And they control the narratives. It's just that simple, man. They don't want to tell the fucking truth. They'll put it they'll put it in there with fiction. You know what I'm saying? They'll put it in there with fiction.
And attributes all that world building to Hollywood. And I promise you that Hollywood is not building the future. It just continues to cosplay and recycle these types of stories, strips them for aesthetics, repackages them with CGI, AI, and then calls it innovation. But this,
Bro, they just said Disney Channel. Signed a deal with ChatGPT, bro, to animate videos and shit. Bro, cooked.
strips them for aesthetics, repackages them with CGI, AI, and then calls it innovation. But this is why I love
Cooked. Hella people just lost jobs.
AI, because it is democratizing means of production. So I don't have to wait for my story to be greenlit. So if you truly love Avatar and you want to support the real life people and culture that inspire that type of storytelling, I would love and appreciate your follow and share. Okay, bye.
This is just a quick little video, and you know, I want to do history lessons like this with y'all all the time, and also kind of dibble into the conspiracy theories. Every time, most of these conspiracy theories, they turn out to be true, you know, sometime down the line. But listen, man, just know that, bro, your blackness is beauty, man. You know, the darker the berry, like, the better. Like I say this all the time, bro. At one point in time, I wish I was lighter, but now in my current state, I really wish I was dark. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like those South Sudanese people. Shout out to them. They the most beautiful people in the world to me. But listen, y'all, take everything these folks tell you with a grain of salt. Remember, history is
This nigga, man. This nigga wanted to be light skinned. Now he wants to be dark skinned.
his story, okay?
Oh, brother.
Man, so yeah.
Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We on the road to 100K. Okay, if you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. I'll get at y'all in the next one, and I'm gone. T.Y. P9. We probably gonna do
So
one
we are
more.
living in a very
I'm skedaddling, bro. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram.
There is someone who is about to get arrested in the case involving the death of Celeste Rivas, and it is not David. We know a lot. Let me.
How does TMZ just know so much? Who's giving you the information, bro, to put out to the world? This is fucking crazy. The same dusty ass nigga, man.
There is someone who is about to get arrested in the case involving the death of Celeste Rivas, and it is not David.
Is that right?
We know a lot. Let me download you on what we found out.
Download it.
So this week, there has been a witness before the grand jury.
Is that right?
And he is intimately involved in David's life, the singer David, who the
grand jury. So what is this? Is this a fed case?
Is intimately involved in David's life, the singer David, who the LAPD and the LA County DA says in a suspect in what they believe is the murder of Celeste Rivas. His
right?
name is Robert Morgenroth. Robert Morgenroth is the head of Mogul Vision, which is the label for David.
Is that right?
More than just the executive, the general manager, he is a manager. He manages David, and he is involved in David's day-to-day life and clearly knows a lot.
Bro, I don't like none of this industry shit, bro. This should be so weird, bro. I will never sell out for these niggas, man. Never, bro.
In David's day-to-day life and clearly knows a lot. So on Monday, Morgenroth was in the hallway with his lawyer, and there were people around, and they weren't sitting or standing right next to them, but the hallway echoes, and it was clear to people around there that there was a conversation that Morgenroth was having with his lawyer, and he was recounting what happened inside the grand jury room with the prosecutor in the case. The prosecutor, Beth Silverman, according to Morgenroth, here's what he said. She was very pushy on why I didn't call police. And then he went on to say that he said, in response to that he said, quote, I feel like I didn't have the responsibility to do that and just wanted to continue with the tour.
We're gonna sit here and act like this is not telephone at this point. Look at the notes that nigga got. That's like literally like Sharpie on a paper, bro. He's saying someone heard them say in the hallway, and the hallway echoes, and I don't trust none of this industry shit. Why is it taking this motherfucking long? Let me be David. I'm cooked, nigga.
Now, we do not.
It's more to this that we don't, bro. So apparently his manager killed her. Someone said at this point we're getting GTA 6 before David's arrest. They're trying to make the manager spill the beans because David isn't talking and is completely lawyered up. When the main suspect stays silent, prosecutors go after the people around him, and that's exactly what this looks like. Is that right?
And just wanted to continue with the tour. Now, we do not know the context of this, but when the DA is grilling him about not calling the police, that has to involve a crime. You're not going to call the police because somebody didn't.
That means you had to have been at the house, or they say he's the witness, huh? Or no?
That has to involve a crime. You're not going to call the police because somebody didn't show up for work. You're going to call the police if there's some kind of crime involved, especially since this is a case involving what the DA says is a crime. So we don't know what Morgenroth knew that would require him, according to the DA, to pick up a telephone and call the police. But there's something. And again, he was involved in David's day-to-day life. So, okay, there is more. There is another manager in this same company, and his name is Josh Marshall. That name may be familiar to you because Josh Marshall was the guy who leased the house in the Hollywood Hills that David was staying at. It is the same house that the LAPD raided pursuant to a search warrant just shortly after Celeste's body was found inside David's Tesla.
So the lease was in a manager's name. These music niggas is broke, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man.
Just shortly after Celeste's body was found inside David's Tesla. We are told by law enforcement sources that that house and that search was really critical in their investigation. So Josh Marshall, who leased the house, who signed the lease, is part of the company Mogul Vision that Morgenroth is also involved with. Morgenroth and Josh Marshall are both managers of David. So
why are they leasing a house for him?
They seem to know.
Why are they leasing a house? You're a record label. Why are you leasing a house? That's just an expense for the. You gotta know that this is gonna make a return on your investment. Come on now, how many views does the song have, nigga?
Marshall are both managers of David, so they seem to know a lot about David. I don't know, we don't know, if Josh Marshall was called as a witness. I would frankly be very surprised if he wasn't. But Morgenroth testified for at least 3 days. We don't know.
Yeah, so he's a witness.
Last week as well. One other interesting thing happened on Tuesday. Morgenroth went into a courtroom that is next to where the grand jury was hearing the testimony. And along with Morgenroth, the DA, Beth Silverman, also walked in. Now that's important because when there's something that happens in the grand jury where there's a dispute, for example, if a witness won't answer a question and the DA is pressing for an answer, if there's a stalemate, the DA can go to the judge and force the witness to testify, or at least get the judge to do that. We don't know if that's why they walked in, but both Morgenroth and Beth Silverman walked into that courtroom. And when they did, we have a reporter who was down there who was in the courtroom, and the judge kicked our reporter out and closed the hearing. So something was going on about what was happening in the grand jury room, and it may well be there was some dispute over what Morgenroth would or would not say. But again, we don't know what that is. Now let's go to Wednesday, because this gets even more interesting. So I told you that Beth Silverman is the DA. Morgenroth's lawyer is a woman by the name of Evan Janess. So this is after the conversation on Monday. On Wednesday, Beth Silverman, the prosecutor, walks out into the hallway and starts talking to attorney Evan Janess. And what we are told by people who are around there is that that Beth Silverman was very frustrated and said that she would have a judge issue a body attachment to a female witness that was supposed to appear before the grand jury, a witness whom Janess represents. Remember, Janess also represents Morgenroth. So apparently this witness didn't show up, and Beth Silverman seemed frustrated, according to the people there, and said to Janess, I'm going to have a body attachment placed on this woman, and we're going to have her taken to court. That's an arrest, taken to court to appear before the grand jury. So we don't know if that woman also has a connection to Morgenroth, who is again represented by Evan Janess. So there are a lot of connections here. Connections between Josh Marshall and Morgenroth, both of whom were really intimately involved in David's day-to-day life. And then you have this female witness who may be involved with Morgenroth as well, because the same lawyer represents both of them. And you've got a situation where it sounds like not everybody is being fully cooperative with the prosecutor, who seems to be getting increasingly frustrated as the grand jury plows along.
So they're getting witnesses, huh? And so they're not talking as much. This whole thing is just so weird, bro. It's just so weird, bro. Dude, David needs to be arrested as well. David is also guilty as hell. Just watch his demeanor. I mean, he definitely needs to be fucking charged with something. Some type of child relations. You know what I'm saying? Or some type of relations with a minor. You know what I'm saying? Holding a runaway, hiding a runaway. I do think it is weird that, or I think it's important to note that this young girl was a runaway. She ran away from home. You know, this case is just weird, bro. It's weird. I don't even know what to think, bro. It's just all over the place. You know. I think it's just so many red flags, bro. Like, why is the record label leasing that house, bro? That's not a cheap house. No house in California is cheap, but that house definitely wasn't cheap. Why can't David afford to lease it himself? Why are y'all taking that responsibility? And why are y'all... the chances is they probably knew about that relationship. Why are you taking that type of liability as a business, where you've got this artist that's fucking with a underage girl? Well, they said she had fake IDs. Come on, man. They know that. They know that's not no grown woman. Why are they taking them chances, bro? That shit is very red flaggish, bro. It's just weird, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap that dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. I'll get at you on the next one, and I'm gone. T-Bye, Peter 9. Alright, chat. Get at y'all on the next one. We just go upload them tomorrow. I'm tired. It's bedtime right at 11 o'clock. Yeah, I'm gonna get at y'all later, man.